So hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Max, and I would like to apologize for being away for a bit. The past week I haven't uploaded a video since close to 2 weeks now, I think. I did an exam and I finished a contract for a client. I was also feeling a bit unwell, so this is going to be my first video in a while, and it's a video about making money like my previous videos, but it's going to be a bit different. This video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how you can make the best of loan apps. When it comes to loans, I do not actually encourage people to take loans because I was there once. I used to live on loans. You take a loan, you pay for it, you take another loan, and it's a bad cycle. You're also losing a lot of cash in the middle because you're paying interest for those loans. But for a long time I was stuck in that cycle because I know there will be moments when you need money for something. Like when I bought my phone, I used to have a phone, an older phone. When I bought a new one, I took a loan to buy that phone. Of course I paid for that loan already. It was a long time ago. It's been like 3 years. I paid for that loan, but I had to take a loan to buy my new phone because every time I would get money, I would get my cash in small chunks after getting paid by a client. It may take a while to have all the cash together. And even when I bought my new laptop, my first laptop, I actually bought it after I saved up for it, but my second laptop, which is a bit more expensive, I took a loan to pay for it. And it was a huge loan. It set me back a lot. I don't really recommend taking a loan, but I bought my new computer, I bought my new phone because I needed them. They were necessary. I used them in my work, so I could count them as a business expense. But even if it's not for anything like that, if you just need cash, there will be some people who go and take out a loan. So you might do M-Shwari if you're in Kenya, or KCB M-Pesa, or you look for one of the many loan apps available online at the moment. There are so many, by the way, and I used to go through so many of them because I always needed cash for one reason or another. So because I always needed a loan for various reasons, I looked for ways that you can at least try to reduce like the amount that you're paying back, So it's not so much earning money, but it's kind of saving money. Now this method will not be possible for something like M-Shwari or KCB M-Pesa because those are kind of fixed. If you're someone who is looking into loan apps, who's going through loan apps, I mean at a time like this, because everything is a bit strange in the world because of the pandemic, quarantine, whatever. Not a lot of these apps will be giving loans, but I do know some of them that do. And some of these apps, not all of them, but a very small number, I believe. I haven't seen for all of them, but for the ones that I have seen and checked, some of these apps will have this referral system. I've talked about referral programs before on this channel, but this is something sort of different from that. They have a referral program where you refer someone to their app, and if they take a loan, and I don't know if they have to pay for that loan first, but I know if they apply for a loan and if they are accepted and they take that loan, I think it might be they might have to pay for the loan first, but you do get to keep some cash. I know for one app at one point, I think by now the amount has dropped, but for Branch, it's a loan app called Branch. Once upon a time, if you use Branch, if you invited someone to the app and they took a loan, maybe if they paid for that loan, I think they have to pay for it first, but I'm not sure. If I find news on it, I'll mark it in the description. But for every person you referred who got a loan through the app, they cut 500 shillings from your own loan. Now this one time, I built my Branch loan limit over time. I used it for close to 5 years. I think I just started on it very early, like maybe around 2015, 2016. So there was a time when I built my limit on Branch up to about 10,000 shillings. At that point, because the more, of course, the more you borrow, the more the interest climbs, so the more you're paying back. And I remember, I'm not sure if it was around 1,000 or 2,000, somewhere between there, between 1,000 and 2,000, paying back for a 10,000 shillings loan. I got in contact with with a friend and some of my relatives who also wanted loans for various reasons, and I invited them to Branch using a referral code. You have to check the app, by the way. If the app has this program, you're going to have a referral code in your account on the app after you open an account, and you send this code to someone. Once they take on a loan, or I'm not sure if it's once they take it or before they take it or before they pay for it, you have to check the specific instructions of how that referral program works. And once the code is accepted, 500 shillings is cut from your own loan amount balance. Now I did this, I think the amount actually changed recently. I checked before, back then it was up to 500 shillings that they gave you. Then you can't actually use the money, but if you take a loan with them, they cut the amount from your loan. That one time that I took a 10,000 shilling loan, I had 5 different people use my code, and 2,500 shillings was removed from the total amount I was supposed to pay back. So as you can see, you're not actually earning anything. You're not earning anything because this is money you borrowed, it's money you're supposed to return, but you do get to save some money. So if you absolutely need to take a loan, try and go for the loan apps that have this feature, so it can help you somewhere down the line. But they do have some restrictions. Not all of them will have it. You have to check the instructions, but for one that I know of, it's called, I believe, Okash. I'll just write names for all of these apps that I know that have this program in the description, so you can check that out. But Okash has the same program. They also have coupons, by the way. They have coupons in the app. I don't know how those work because I got some and some I didn't get, and their interest is a bit on the higher side. But if you absolutely need a loan and you have to go through loan apps, something like Okash, it has the referral program, but the issue with the Okash was that they could only cut a certain amount. There was a limitation on how much you can cut from your loan if you refer to other people. I think it was only cutting down on the interest. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, there was a limit on how much you could cut on one loan from the referral alone. So you do have to be careful with these apps. You have to check what is good and what is not. And I think I can just give you a small overview. I've gone through maybe 15 different loan apps. That is a lot. And I was even wondering myself, like, where did all of this come from? Because, I think it started because my loan limit started climbing. So if I had a high loan on one app and I didn't have the money to pay for it, I didn't want to have to pay a late fee or to add interest on top after it's late. Or I didn't even want it to be late because it completely kills your credit rating. And if your credit rating is so poor to the point that you are reported to the CRB, from what I've learned, I think you have to pay like 2,000 shillings to be allowed to clear. After you paid all your loans, you pay 2,000 shillings to CRB to clear your name from their records, or you wait for 7 years before you're allowed to have a loan. So if one app or one loan was too high for me to pay and I didn't have all the cash, I would take a loan through another app. And I just started a cycle where I was taking a loan to pay another loan, and it was just like that. It kept up for a very long time, but at some point I stopped. I stopped using loan apps because I don't actually need money. I don't do a lot of things to need so much money that I can't wait to do a job and get paid. Of course, there will be months where I go without any job or any payment because freelancing is like that. It's not very secure. But I just learned to stop using loan apps because they are not all that good for you, but if you absolutely need it, try and go for ones that have this referral program. Even if it's just cutting down the interest, at least you're paying back exactly the amount that you took, so you're not losing too much money. And if you find a program for like something like Branch, it's better for you because you're paying even less, so you're saving some money for yourself. I'm just going to give a quick list of the apps that I have on my phone and the good and the bad when it comes to loan apps. Like some of the best, if you have a bank account, there are some loan apps that are not specifically just loan apps, they're banking apps, but you can also take a loan through them. One that I have is Easy Banking. It's the app from Equity Bank. So if you have a bank account with Equity, and I do recommend it if you plan to start freelancing, because Equity Bank, their credit card at least, can link to your PayPal account, so it can be verified and you can be allowed to withdraw money. I don't know if any other cards work. I did try some other banks. I had different accounts that I attempted, but they never worked with PayPal, so I just stopped using those accounts and they were closed. But Easy Banking, you can do everything with this app. When I used to withdraw money through my bank account, I would use the app for almost everything. I had the app, I had the credit card, so you can move around your money with the app. You can send it to your M-Pesa, send it to other people, you can use it to buy airtime, you can use it for a lot of things, and you can also use it to apply for loans. So I actually buying this phone, let me show you. This phone right here, it's not that great of a phone. It's the Tecno K9. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's the Tecno K9. I bought it, Tecno K9 Spark. I bought it, I think I bought it 3 years ago, back in 2017. It was still new back then. It cost me 13,000 shillings. I took the whole loan on the Easy Banking app to buy this phone, and of course I paid it back after a month because it wasn't too high of an amount. But yeah, so if you have a banking app and it's attached to your bank account, that is actually something that I would say would be better than just going for any loan app, because it's still kind of attached to your bank account, and the interest rates in comparison are a lot lower. They are closer to what you'd get through, say, Mshwari or KCB M-Pesa, and those two would actually be like the top loans that I would recommend, because the cost for those loans is a lot lower than almost anything else you'll meet through any of these apps. Another loan app that I would recommend if you really need a loan is Timiza. Now Timiza is an app that was created by Barclays. I think they changed their name now. I don't remember what their new name is, but they changed their name. But it was an app created by Barclays Bank. You can use it to take loans. You can also use it to save money. You can use it to transfer money through bank accounts, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. You can check it out if you'd like. They're all these apps are in the Play Store. I found them all in the Play Store, so they're free to download for everyone. I don't think any of them have been discontinued or anything. Another loan app I would say is good is Branch, because Branch, it's easy to build your loan limit through Branch, and once the amount starts growing higher, the time limit you're allowed to pay it back also grows. I don't know if there's a limit to how much you can cut a loan, but yeah, you can check it out. And another app is Tala. Tala loan is, the interest can be a bit too much, especially when you start growing your limit higher. Compared to Branch, I think the interest is a bit worse. I'm not entirely sure. I'll check everything, write all the details for you below. But Tala also has that referral program. I think they give you a lot less. I don't remember if it was 100 shillings. I also invited some people through Tala, and I cut one loan that I had. It wasn't that high. I never grew my limit on Tala as high as I did on the the other one it was around, I think, 4,000 maybe. It was still cash that could help me out when I needed something. Like if maybe I needed transport and I didn't want to bother my parents, or I needed to go to school for something, you know. Yeah. So that. Another loan app that you can check out is Haraka. Haraka loans. I'm not sure if they have the referral program. I didn't exactly check, but Haraka has worked well for me. The interest is not too high, and they are a bit lenient if you're late with your loan after 1 month. As long as you pay before 2 months are over, you're going to be okay. Most of these loan apps take a while to actually report you to the CRB, but they will report you. So do not take a loan and then refuse to pay that loan, because at some point down the line you might need a loan, you know, even if it's like going through the bank, but you're going to give out the details and they're going to see that you are listed as a loan defaulter, and you're going to have a hard time getting a loan. My aunt actually cut that out completely. Cut it. Another loan app that I actually think is a nice idea. There was a second loan app like this, but this specifically actually is because I could get a loan through it. It's called UberPesa. Now UberPesa, why I like it, I think there's the option you have to upload money into your UberPesa account and you loan out to other people and you earn interest on that money. There's another app that had the same idea. I don't know how well that feature works, because I tried once, but I needed the money, so I just removed it from the account again. If you want to make some extra cash, you can try looking into an app like that where you loan money to other people and they pay back. I don't know how much of the interest you keep, if you keep all of it. And of course there's also the issue that you might give someone a loan and they don't pay back, but the app does measure someone's credit score. So if there's someone who doesn't pay back the loans, you're going to know. I don't know how the levels work exactly. I know it was just, my level was like average on that app. But you can check it out. It may be something you might consider if you have some cash to spare and you don't mind taking a bit of a risk. Because I would never recommend you try that with a large amount of money, but there were people who were giving out loans. One of the people, I think just the loan that I actually got, I might have gotten it from one of these people giving out loans. Yeah. Another app, now these are apps I don't actually recommend. Like if you're completely desperate, you've already filled out your loans on the other apps and you need some extra cash kidogo, I don't know how high the starting limit is going to be. I think all of these apps just they check your credit score, and your credit score is basically how much you've taken, if you pay loans late, stuff like that. I don't know where they get all this information exactly. All this information is recorded somewhere, I'm not entirely sure. But if your credit score is good, is fairly good, like if someone who takes up a lot of loans, like because I used to take a lot of loans through Insurance, when I started with KCB and M-Pesa, my limit started out surprisingly very high. It started out at 20,000, I think 25,000, I don't remember. I think I took that loan. That was the loan that I took and added to some of my cash to buy my laptop, which is right here. It's HP. So this still extra loan apps. When I started on them, my starting limit was fairly bit high. It was around 5,000 for each of them. I think one was higher than the other. I don't remember exactly because it was a while ago. I think I stopped using loan apps around 2018 or early 2019. I don't remember exactly when, but it's been more than a year, close to 2 years since I stopped using them. And these apps are called Okash and Opesa. So I don't know if these apps are from the same company because they look so similar. They have similar features. I think Okash also has the referral program, but it can only cut a certain amount. I think it's only a certain amount. I don't think it's all of it, or they only cut from the interest that you are supposed to pay back with your loan. And now, why I do not entirely like these two apps, if you are late on your loan, of course there's going to be interest that you're supposed to pay, but the thing with these two apps is it's not a specific amount that you're supposed to add on top of your extra loan. Like for M-Shwari and KCB M-Pesa, I believe, if your loan is late by 1 month, they double the interest and they leave it like that. Even if you don't pay for a year, it's not going to increase beyond that point. But for these two apps, if your loan is late by a month, I don't know if it's a week or exactly when, but they start to increase by a certain percentage. A certain percentage. I think it's for the whole amount. I don't know if it's just for a small part. For the whole amount, they start increasing by percentage, and it's going to be even higher than what. It's going to be a lot higher than double the interest. Like I have one loan. It wasn't mine. It was my brother's. I think he took a 3,500 shilling loan. I don't remember what the interest was, but it was between 500 and 1,000, I think. I'm not entirely sure. And because he was completely late on that loan, it kept climbing and climbing and climbing to the point that for a loan that it took 3,500 shillings, the payment had to be around 6,500 or 7,000. I think the amount just keeps climbing with that interest until it gets to about double the amount that you initially loaned out, to close to double that amount. So you see, these apps are a bit tricky, a bit not the best to use if you don't think you're going to be able to pay those loans back on time. It's actually for a reason like that I stopped using loan apps completely, because imagine taking a loan worth 10,000. You take a 10,000 shilling loan and you're paying back like 20,000. I would never. I would just fail to pay that loan. So I will stop taking loans. I think I was there maybe like 1 or 2 weeks, I don't remember, and the interest just kept climbing, so I was so worried. I just started paying it. I would borrow money and pay it, and I stopped taking loans, and I would pay back the people I borrowed money after I actually got paid. So I stopped taking loan apps a long time ago. But if you really need money, you have nowhere else to get it, and you think you have to turn to loans, there you go. One app that I have yet to mention that I actually do not there's one app that I've yet to mention. It's called Pesapap. It's an app by Family Bank. You can save money in that app. You can also take a loan. Once you get the app, you create it's called a wallet. I think I remember it was called a wallet. Because my credit score was good at the time, my loan limit starting was fairly good. It was a fairly good amount. But you can also use the app to save money. I think you can use it to send it to bank accounts. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't checked it out in a while. But it's a good app also. I don't have it in my phone because I paid back that loan and I deleted it. I still have these others for I don't know what, but I'll delete them also at some point. Another app. This one app I really don't recommend you try it. It's called Fadhili. Now Fadhili, my issue with it is just that, my loan there was very small, and the interest on it was ridiculous. Even though the limit climbed a bit, I think it went up to about 1,800, and for that 1,800 I was paying back like 400 or 500 shillings for a loan that small. Like for M-Shwari, I think 500, 1,000 even, you pay less than 100 shillings. For this one loan app, for around 1,800 you're paying back close to 500 shillings, maybe even more. I think it was around 540, I don't remember. But I do not recommend it. If you use it, you only use it if you're really desperate for cash, and it's going to be a small amount starting out. Also, climbing that limit is going to be incredibly difficult. It's going to be very difficult, but you can look at it. I'll write them all down in the description. And let's see, there was one other app. So there's this one last app. I used it and I paid back the money. Didn't use it again, but it's good. I think it's attached to a bank. I'm not sure which bank, but it's called HFC. I think that's also the name of the bank, because I've seen it online on Facebook. Not completely sure, but I'll write the notes in the description so you can check there for the good apps that you can use. If you're in Kenya, I don't think any of these apps work if you're outside of Kenya, but specifically if you're in Kenya and you need a loan, check out these apps. I know there are other apps that were terrible that I tried that were just either didn't give you a loan no matter what, even if your credit score was good, even if other loans are giving you very high amounts of loans and you had paid them all, these apps just kept saying that you are not qualified for loans. I don't know if they were already I don't know if they had more than enough clients or what, but I'll mark them down if I remember them. I think I wrote down all of the loans that I had so I could pay them out slowly. I'll look for that. I'll write that in the description so you know the best loan apps are the apps that you can check out if you feel like, but there are others that you just absolutely have to avoid. So it will be in the description. And that is the video for today, I guess. That's the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Thanks for everyone who's viewed our videos, who's left a like or a comment. We appreciate you so much, and we're going to try to be better about uploading. We got a bit lazy. We were both not feeling too good. My sister has been not sick, just tired, and I have been feeling both sick and tired since I spent so much time struggling between work and the test of my school. We try to be better about uploading. We'll try to upload at least 2 videos or 3 videos a week. That is one of us each in 1 week, or one of us will have 2 videos. Both do 2 videos in 1 week, but that is not now. I will be better about uploading. Please consider subscribing. Actually, in the next few videos, I'm going to start talking about writing, about making money with ebooks, about publishing. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe now and look out for those videos, or you can just wait until those videos are up and subscribe there. So thank you so much. Once again, I'm Max. My sister did my makeup, of course, as usual. I'll actually do my makeup at some point. Maybe I might turn that into a video, doing my makeup alone for once, but for now, that's it. So bye.